Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Archbishop Mitty High School College Fair. We are so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. Each will have 6 minutes to share more about their institution, but we'll be around for the entire session to answer questions. My name is Sarah, and I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, a few housekeeping items for you. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. You can use, and we encourage you to use, the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time throughout the presentations. I do encourage you to indicate which institution you're asking the question to, unless it's an open question to all of our presenters. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the website on the website schedule for more. And this presentation is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Archbishop Mitty, -Mitty. I'd now like to ask our presenters to turn off their cameras, and I'm going to welcome the University of Notre Dame to the floor.
Sarah, thank you so much for the introduction. Hi, everyone. Thanks for being here. My name is Katie. I'm one of the admissions counselors over at Notre Dame. For those of you who don't know, Notre Dame was founded in 1842 by a young Holy Cross priest named Father Sorin. Upon his arrival to campus, he wrote back to his superior, Blessed Basil Moreau, that this university would be one of the most powerful means for doing good. This mission to be a powerful means or a powerful force for good is one that we at Notre Dame have held near and dear to our heart from 1842 to 2022 and beyond, namely through our philosophy of education. At Notre Dame, we firmly believe that the mind should not be cultivated at the expense of the heart. I think this is shown inside and outside of the classroom. In the classroom, we are a Tier 1 research institution, whether that's in STEM as well as outside of STEM. Our students are thriving and helping really work on research that is a force for good in our world. We have 4 colleges and 2 schools. We have a College of Arts and Letters, which is home to traditionally liberal arts majors, College of Science, which is home to traditional science majors, Mendoza College of Business, home to, yes, business majors. We have our College of Engineering, home to engineering majors, as well as our School of Architecture and Keele School of Global Affairs. They're called schools because schools have one major, colleges have more than one major. On the non-academic side, at Notre Dame, we have a lot of different opportunities for you to grow. We at Notre Dame really want you to not only grow your mind, that yes, when you graduate from Notre Dame, you are going to be well prepared to go out into the world, into whatever field you want to pursue, and you're going to be prepared to do great and be excellent in that field. We also want you to grow your heart. We want you to grow in empathy, and our over 500 student clubs and activities, I feel, do an excellent job helping you find your place at Notre Dame and find your people. At Notre Dame, we don't really say community life because we call ourselves the Notre Dame family, because everyone is coming from somewhere at Notre Dame and we want to look out for each other. Your classmates, your dorm mates, they're going to be like your brothers and sisters. You're going to get on each other's nerves. You're going to laugh together. You're going to support each other in tough times. Your professors want you to thrive inside and outside of the classroom, whether that's in our over 500 student clubs and activities, whether that's in our intramural sports, whether that's in our faith clubs and organizations, or whether that's in one of our 32 single-sex residence halls that you're going to be randomly assigned to. At Notre Dame, it'd be remiss to talk about our faith identity. We're a Catholic institution where, yes, we are Catholic. We have Mary atop the Golden Dome. We have Jesus with outstretched arms on a statue saying, "Come to us all." We are also Catholic with lowercase c, meaning universal, all-encompassing and welcoming. You don't have to be Catholic to come to Notre Dame nor apply to Notre Dame. What we invite all our students to do is to be curious and ask the bigger questions that, if there's a God, how is that informing the way I lead my life and treat my family, my friends, my classmates? At Notre Dame, we hope you can grow your mind and your heart. If this at all interests you, I'd encourage you to check out our application timelines. We have 2. Our first one is coming up, restrictive early action. That application is due November 1st. Our second timeline is regular decision, and that's due January 1st. For restrictive early action, you are more than welcome to apply to any other school on a non-binding early action program, or schools where you could be admitted earlier, but do not have to attend that institution if you're admitted. We are restrictive in one sense, and that's to early decision. We feel that early decision is a big commitment, and we want you to take that seriously and see that through. So if you're applying to a school early decision, that's great. Go for it. If Notre Dame is still on your mind and heart after that, we'd love to see your application in regular decision, just not in restrictive early action. On your application, we're going to be looking at academic and non-academic components. So your class rigor, your class performance, you have standardized test scores that are test optional at Notre Dame. We want to see your strongest application, so please keep that in mind when you're approaching test optional for our current high school seniors and juniors. If you do wish to submit a standardized test score, we do super score the SAT and the ACT. On the non-academic side, we're going to look at your extracurriculars. We're going to look at 2 letters of recommendation, as well as your personal supplements, your essays. We don't do interviews at Notre Dame, so please treat your personal essays as your one-on-one with us. We want to get to know you and hear what lights you up. What are you passionate about? For more information, I will drop our website in the chat, admissions.nd.edu, if I can type. Awesome. Feel free to head on over if you guys have any questions, want to learn more information about Notre Dame, or if you just have any questions, feel free to type it in the chat and I'd be happy to answer. Thanks so much for having me. Sarah, I'll pass it back to you.
Thanks so much, Katie. And I'm going to have Katie go ahead and resend that so that it gets to everybody. And we will make sure you have that website. I'd now like to turn it over to Pace University.
You all see my presentation? Hope so.
Looks great.
Awesome, thank you. So my name is Jessica Drennan. I'm an undergraduate admission counselor at Pace University. Pace University is a 4-year private university located in New York State, and we have 1 campus in New York City and 1 in Westchester County. And I'll go into more detail about that in a couple more minutes. At Pace, we have something that we like to call your PACE path. Your PACE path is sort of like your individualized roadmap. So it's how we combine your academic growth with your personal growth and your professional growth. So every student, when they first come to PACE, is required to take a class called the University 101. University 101 is a pass-fail course, so it's really for the student's benefit. And in this class, it's taught by an academic advisor. They will ask you questions such as, do you want to study abroad? How many internships do you want to do? What kind of clubs do you want to join? Would you like to add a second major? Would you like to add a minor? And they'll ask you all these questions that you can start planning out your time at PACE while keeping your eye on the prize, which is to graduate in 4 years. So you get a lot of guidance when you come to PACE, a lot of mentorship. We know that PACE is more than just your academics. So we want to help you plan out, those clubs, those internships, second majors or second minors. We want to help you plan this out with keeping your eye on that prize, which is to graduate in 4 years. So that's a little bit about your PACE path. For academics, we do have more than 100 undergraduate majors at PACE. No matter what major you choose, the average classroom size is about 20 students in a classroom. So fairly small classroom sizes. You get a lot of one-on-one time with your professor. You're never sitting in a huge lecture hall with 300 students. We do have 5 undergraduate schools within PACE University. We have our College of Health Professions, which includes health science and nursing. Our nursing program is a direct admit program, and it's offered only on our Westchester campus. Our Denison College of Arts and Sciences. This one is our widest umbrella of majors. So it includes criminal justice, psychology, biology, forensic science, our School of Performing Arts, English, history, political science. Even if your major is not within Denison, you still take about 45 to 50 credits within Denison College, which makes up your university core curriculum requirements, which is how you get that well-rounded education outside of your major. We have our Lubin School of Business. PACE was actually founded as a business school back in 1906. Fast forward 100 years, and we are now among 3% of schools accredited as a business and accounting school worldwide. So we have a few different business programs: management, marketing, arts and entertainment management, finance, accounting, business economics, so plenty of different business programs. We have our School of Education K through 12, and then last but not least, our Steinberg School of Computer Science, which is another school that every student will take a few classes in, because the more tech savvy you are, the more marketable you will appear to employers later on. 90% of PACE undergraduates are employed or continuing education within 6 months of education. So we have an excellent career services department. You can go to career services as early as your freshman year, tell them what your interests are, tell them what your major is, and they'll tell you where we sent students in the past, and they'll help you apply to those places. In the past year alone, we had almost 9,000 different internship placements, and PACE only does have about 8,000 undergraduate students. So students are doing multiple internships per year. Typically at PACE, students complete 3 to 5 internships throughout their 4 years. And career services, it is literally their job to help you make those connections. So no matter what industry you'd like to work in, career services can help you out with that. A little bit more about our location. So like I mentioned before, we do have 2 campuses. One of our campuses is in New York City, right in the financial district of Manhattan. We are at the foot of the Brooklyn Bridge, and we are about a 5-minute walk away from Wall Street and the World Trade Center. Something nice about the New York City campus is that a lot of city schools are spread out, but Pace is not. It is all within a 5-block radius of each other. So you never have to take the subway to get to class. Everything is right there in walking distance. So it's very convenient. And then we're also right next to the Fulton Center subway station, which is a major subway station in New York. Almost every subway line runs through it. So Central Park, Times Square, Madison Square Garden, all of this is easily accessible to our students, and all of New York City really is your campus. So that is our city campus, our urban campus. We do also have a campus in Westchester County, New York. Westchester County is just north of New York City. It is a more suburban area, and it's a more traditional college campus. It's home to our nature trails, our choke pond, and also our Division II athletics. So students who are interested in playing a sport, you would be up on our Westchester campus. We do have a free shuttle that runs between the 2 campuses. So if you ever wanted to set it up in your schedules, that may be 1 day a week, you're going and taking classes on the other campus, that is something available to you. The Westchester campus is a great option for students who are looking for that traditional college setting, but they still want easy access into New York. So it is only about a 40-minute train ride to Grand Central Station from our Westchester campus. And I also want to mention that we do have housing offered on both campuses. Housing is guaranteed all 4 years as long as you submit your deposit before May 1st, but it's also never required. So you can live on campus or off campus. That is completely up to you as a student. About 75% of our first-year students do choose to live in the residence halls their first year, and we do have students coming from 48 different states, and about 11% of our student body is made up of international students. So you would not be alone in coming from out of state. Not only do we have students coming from all over the country, but also all over the world. When you apply, we are on the Common App, and our average GPA is a 3.6, and PACE is a test optional school, so you do not need to submit test scores. We have a few different options for when you can apply: early decision, early action, and regular decision. And $26,000 is the average amount of aid given. So when you apply, you're automatically considered for merit scholarship, and you can also apply for financial aid by submitting a FAFSA. So this is my contact information. I will also drop it in the chat, but now I will pass it back over to Sarah. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much. Great presentation. Thank you so much. We're on to Bentley University.
All right. Good evening, everybody. My name is Kalyani Nealdesatnik. I'm an assistant director of admission here in the Bentley office, and I'm so excited to have a little bit of time to chat with you about all of your opportunities here at Bentley. So first and foremost, we are a small 4,000 student undergraduate university just outside of Boston, Massachusetts. We're about 20 minutes from the city, and we are a business-centric university. And so that means that all of our students are graduating and going through our business core and graduating with at least a business minor. So we'll dive right into academics. What's great is that you'll see that core right there that I'm talking about, where everyone graduates with that business core. And then from there, you have your option in our 18 business majors and our almost the same arts and science majors to really be in the driver's seat of your education. Some fantastic things about our curriculum is that you're able to double major, you can major and minor, and you also do not have to declare a major until the end of your sophomore year. So you have 2 full years to really explore all of the majors, all of the subjects, get to know campus a little bit before deciding what you really want to study. And so that is how the very basics of how our curriculum is designed. Within our classroom, our average class size is 26 and our maximum class size is 30. And so you'll be getting a lot of face time with your professor, a lot of opportunities for mentorship, and our faculty are really wonderful. They still work in their fields that they teach in. And so they're really able to bring in real experience and anecdotes from their time in the private sector to the classroom and to the work that you are doing in the classroom. In terms of student life, we really have the best of both worlds given our location. So we have over 100 student organizations on campus. These range from interests such as our poker club, our multicultural center clubs, to pre-professional such as Realty or Bentley Investment Group, which is our largest student club on campus. Our students certainly take advantage of our proximity to the great city of Boston by taking advantage of our 20-minute free shuttle ride that runs 7 days a week for academic internships, going to a sports game, or celebrating a birthday out. So students really find fluidity between engaging in everything that our campus community has to offer, from events and workshops, Greek life and sports games, to everything that the great city of Boston has to offer. I would be remiss if I didn't talk about what our students are doing after their time at Bentley. We have some of the top ranked career services in the country. We have a 99% job placement rate, and that is 6 months post-graduation. And most of our students are doing at least one internship, if not 2 or more during their time at Bentley. Students are certainly seeing their return on investment very quickly post-graduation with a starting salary of $63K. And one thing that's fantastic about our career services is that they are tailored by expertise rather than an alphabetical split or by your class year. And so they know the field that you're looking to go into to a T. And so they can help give you advice and really coach you through the job process, whether you need to know case studies, whether you're studying for a test such as the GMAT, and they'll really help you with all of those resources and opportunities that having a Bentley education can provide to you post-graduation. I want to spend a little time talking about our application process. We are a common application school, and we are test optional. And so we're really looking for any student who is really interested in getting that business lens. You don't necessarily need to be firmly decided in going into a business career or getting a business education. As I mentioned at the beginning, you really only come out with a really great business core foundation. And then from there, you're in the driver's seat of your education here at Bentley. We do have 2 rounds of early decision 1, which is coming up, and early decision 2, which is January 15th. If you're not quite sure about early decision, we also have regular decision, which is January 15th as well. Outside of that, we're looking for 2 letters of recommendation, and then your high school academic transcript. So certainly, please reach out if you have any more questions about Bentley, but we would love to see your application come through, especially if you're considering or interested in business. And I will pass it back to Sarah.
Thank you so much. Next up, we have Drexel University.
Hi, everybody. Let me share my screen. Awesome. So, hi, my name is Megan Kilcullen. I'm one of the assistant directors of undergraduate admissions at Drexel University. We truly refer to ourselves as a global, comprehensive research institution, really with 2 main focuses. We focus on experiential learning and civic engagement. So not only are you going to be a Drexel student, you're going to be a Philadelphia community member. We are located in the city of Philadelphia in Pennsylvania. So really what it means to be a Drexel student is also to be a Philadelphia community member, engaged in your interests within our city. And no matter what you're studying at Drexel, our students have the opportunity to engage in experiential learning. So leaving the classroom, actually seeing your industry come to life in real world situations, specifically through research, study abroad, and our co-op program, which we're going to talk a little bit about in just a moment. Drexel is a pretty big place. It's one of the largest employers in the city of Philadelphia. We have a medical school, a law school, master's programs, PhD programs. The university is affiliated with a hospital, a health system, a museum. So the Drexel University community is quite dynamic, incredibly diverse, and really gives our undergraduate students a lot of resources because we are a major research institution right in a city. So in terms of our undergraduate population, little less than 15,000 undergraduate students, and our students are coming from all over the place, over 45 states and over 115 countries represented in our undergraduate student body. Our professional staff, faculty, graduate students, PhD students, law students, medical students, also coming from all over the place. So again, we really do consider ourselves a global campus. There's such value to learning alongside of people from across the country and across the world. There's so much that's added to the academic experience when you're in a diverse environment. At Drexel, we do offer over 80 undergraduate majors, hundreds of minors. Those different programs fall within these various schools and colleges in front of you. We are a direct entry type program, so our students have the opportunity to apply directly into the program that they're interested in. So if you're interested in nursing and you put nursing down as your first choice major and Drexel is able to offer you admission into the nursing program, you are jumping into it on day one as soon as you arrive. So it is a direct entry. All of our students do also have an academic advisor who they'll be able to work one-on-one with throughout their entire plan of study. If you wanted to double major across schools and colleges, major, minor, take classes within a department that you find interesting, there are opportunities available to you for sure. Drexel is very much the university that encourages the student to do what they want. Again, going back to this idea of experiential learning, because this is really what it's all about. Our program is unique because we offer a co-op, which basically means our students have the opportunity to work full-time when they're enrolled in school. So Drexel University essentially builds in these opportunities for students to test drive their career. So there are 6-month-long work experiences built into the program. So for 6 full months, students are not taking any classes. They're actually not even paying tuition during that time period. They are a full-time employee at a company, organization, nonprofit, startup, hospital, Fortune 500 company, family practice, whatever it is that you're interested in exploring. Through the co-op program, you could try that out. So Drexel students are graduating with between 6 months up to 1.5 years of full-time work experience, maybe even more. Because of the kind of migration into virtual learning or virtual work and the movement into remote working, students continue to work for their co-op employers when they go back to class. So they actually potentially could graduate with more than 1.5 years worth work experience. Students can do that co-op anywhere in the country, anywhere in the world. Some of our best partnerships are right in the city of Philadelphia, which is of course where we're located. But it's totally, again, up to the student to determine what is best for them and where they want to explore during that co-op time period. Our students have been incredibly successful because of this program. They've used their time at Drexel to really get a sense of what it is that they like, what they don't like. Can they see themselves in this industry? They've really got a really nice understanding of what it means to be in computer science, what it means to be in marketing or international business or law. So they go on 1 year after graduation from Drexel and are in the industry that they feel is the best fit at that time. So our students are extremely successful and very prepared for what's coming after graduation. I want to talk briefly about where we're located too, because it is exciting that we are very much a college campus integrated into a city. So our campus is located in University City, which is the college town neighborhood of Philadelphia. Philadelphia is very much a city of neighborhoods. Every pocket gives you something a little bit different. And right in our neighborhood, there are over 50,000 college students between Drexel, University of Pennsylvania, St. Joe's University has a campus in our city pocket. So our students are really in a student accessible location. I won't go through the deadlines because I want to be sensitive of time. But if you do have further questions, we have amazing resources available on our website. Also, we are all over social media. So if you'd like to give us a follow, we are all over the place, especially TikTok, a lot of exciting, fun things happening there. Like everybody else, I will tag my email address too, if you have any further questions. But thank you very much. Go Dragons.
Thank you so much, Drexel. Next up, we have University of Connecticut.
All right. Get this pulled up here. All righty, hope everyone can see that. Hello, everyone. My name is Kevin Krantz. I am admissions officer from the University of Connecticut, and here we are Huskies, all of us. Tell you a bit about our school. So we at the University of Connecticut, we have been around since the late 1880s, originally started out as an agricultural school, and now we offer way more than just that. Our main campus is located up in Stores in the quiet northeast corner of the state, but we have several regional campuses that are peppered all across the state of Connecticut. The great thing about our Stores campus, it being an agricultural campus at one point, we still have all of our farm animals and some of the best ice cream I have ever had, made fresh from the milk from our very own cows. It is so delicious. The Freshman 15 is very real. As a student here, I put on 15 pounds alone just by eating the ice cream. It is so good. I highly recommend it. Our campus itself is gorgeous. It is a 4,000-acre campus, but it's still fairly walkable, even though it's so large. The farthest you're going to have to go to class is about a 10-minute walk or so from your residence hall. So all things considered, it really isn't too bad. Here you'll see a number of our famous students. Hopefully you shall be on this page one day as well, and we will be talking about your accomplishments here at the University of Connecticut. Then I'd like to get into our academic program. So as you can see, we have over 115 different majors, 120 different minors. Those are spread across 10 different schools and colleges that offer undergraduate degrees. Do a brief rundown of each. We have our College of Agriculture, Health, and Natural Resources, home to our animal sciences, allied health sciences, exercise science programs. A lot of students interested in pre-vet will come in as animal science in that school. We have our Ratcliffe Hicks School of Agriculture, staying true to our roots of our original agricultural past. Only school that offers 2-year degrees, animal science, plant science, popular ones. Turfgrass management is a really growing field, even though the fields themselves don't grow. Don't laugh at that terrible joke, please. Next, we have our School of Business. In our School of Business, I know a couple popular majors, finance, marketing, but as you can see, we have a number of great options. Our entrepreneurship program has really been growing in the past. Then we have our NEAG School of Education. This one is near and dear to my heart, is the program I went through myself, home to our integrated bachelor-master programs, where you actually end up completing 5 years of schooling and not only a bachelor's in education, but a master's in education as well. Our School of Engineering, popular majors in there, biomedical, mechanical, computer science, our big three. Actually just introduced robotics engineering as a brand new major this year. Incredible opportunities for those students. Our School of Fine Arts, still the #1 puppetry program in the nation of all things. So if you're looking to be a master of puppets or you're just a Metallica fan, UConn is the place to come. And then we have our College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. This is our largest school. Actually, you see the majors continue on to the next page as well. This houses the majority of our students and the majority of our majors, biological sciences and psychological sciences being our two most popular programs, I should say. They compete for the #1 spot overall. We have our School of Nursing. Our nursing school is a direct entry program, so you're taking nursing classes your first year, getting that hands-on experience right away. Our School of Pharmacy, come in as pharmacy studies pre-professional, then apply into our PharmD program in your junior year, end up with a doctorate of pharmacy in 8 years. And our School of Social Work, another junior entry program where you come in and you do pre-social work and apply in and get your degree in social work. I want to talk a bit next about our community, who we are. A number here I like to point out is our 1.3 million hours of community service that is near and dear to our hearts and our identity as UConn, that we give back to the community and we do care about those around us. Obviously, we're UConn, so another key part of our identity are sports as well, with our 21 NCAA Division I teams. If you haven't heard of our women's basketball team, they're pretty good, I guess. 16-time national champs. Our men's basketball team, also multiple national titles. Women's field hockey team won a national title. Our polo team just won a national title. I didn't even know we had a polo team until they won that title. So fairly interesting there. And all of our students get free tickets to all of our home games with your student ID, I should say. A great opportunity to go down and cheer on our student athletes and support our Huskies. I would like to wrap things up by talking about our deadlines briefly. So we do not have early action, early decision, anything like that, but we do have a priority consideration deadline for students who are looking to go into our honors program or to receive merit scholarships. So when you apply, we're right on the Common App or Coalition. Select us when you apply. Apply for that regular decision deadline of January 15th. But if you get your application in before December 1st, then you will be given that priority consideration for both merit scholarships and for the honors program. Otherwise, regular decision deadline, January 15th. It is a hard cutoff deadline. We received nearly 41,000 applications last year. We have to have a hard cutoff at that point. Jump down to February 15th for the FAFSA deadline. Make sure you get your financial aid application in, and then we start notifying everyone right around March 1st. You receive your decision and your financial aid package all in one, so then you can make the decision as whether or not you would like to come to us. And with that, I would like to be respectful of everyone's time, so I will wrap things up and pass it back to Sarah.
Thank you so much. Great presentations. And with our time left, I'm going to ask all of our presenters to join me back on camera and unmute themselves. We have some extra time, so we're going to throw a couple questions to our amazing panelists, hear their advice, and we'll go in the order of which you presented. So starting with the University of Notre Dame, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process?
Yeah, I think looking for a school with good fit is really essential as you go through the process. And what I mean by that is good fit for, like, how do I better this institution and how does this institution better me, both academically and outside of the classroom as well. So I would advise a student to do that one, and to make sure to proofread their essays as they're going through.
Great suggestions. Pace University.
My advice would be to look for third-party outside scholarships. So that goes for any school. A lot of schools take those third-party outside scholarships. A lot of times students wait until the end of senior year to look for those, but a lot of times it's better to do it earlier. So ask your school counselor, search on the web, go to fastweb.com and look for those third-party outside scholarships, because they really can add up.
Bentley University.
Yeah, I would say for all of your essays and supplements, sometimes this is the only way that your admissions counselor or file reviewer is getting to know you. And so make sure that your authentic voice is in your writing. If you're a funny person, insert some jokes, insert some funny language in there. If you're a serious person, take a more formal tone. This isn't an English paper. It's our way to get to know you. It's our window into you. So certainly take advantage of being your authentic self in that piece of writing.
Drexel University.
Yeah, I think my biggest piece of advice going through the college admissions and college search process is to stay organized. There are so many schools out there. Everybody is asking different information of you, deadlines, financial aid and scholarship processes. So, do whatever you need to do to stay as organized as possible, and check your email. That's how, schools are communicating with you. So definitely keep on all of that.
University of Connecticut.
Yeah, so I would say biggest thing for me is do not be afraid to brag in the application. Please fill it out entirely. Tell us everything you have going on in your life, what you're doing. We want to know as much about you as possible. Do not be afraid to brag. Fill out that activity section. Fill out, if you have a resume, attach a resume, put it in there. Any information that you can give us, we really appreciate all of it. So put yourself out there.
Great suggestions. On to the next question. We'll go back to Notre Dame. What's one thing you want students to remember about your school?
I think one thing that I want students to remember about Notre Dame is that we are really an excellent institution if you are someone who seeks to grow your mind and your heart. I mean, we are a holistic institution where you're going to graduate prepared for whatever comes next in your career, in graduate school, in service, as well as an empathetic, caring individual who is looking to better society and be a force for good in the world.
Pace University. You are
Sorry
muted.
How many years of Zoom now? I would say I would want students to remember that Pace is a very hands-on university. So our internship placements are fantastic. You will be doing multiple internships throughout their 4 years. And we know that internships are where job offers usually come from. So if you want to get that hands-on real world experience, then Pace University is a great option for you.
Bentley University.
Yeah, I would say Bentley is a really great option if you're looking for business for the better, and students are coming to us to make an impact, not just on themselves, but in their greater community. And that happens from the get-go on campus to the world and beyond after they leave. So certainly a great option if you're looking to better the world through a business lens.
Drexel University.
Honestly, co-op, that is really what it's all about at Drexel. Our co-op program is really the reason why students are excited to come to a place like Drexel. The fact that these work experiences are built into your curriculum, you have the opportunity to get out there in the world and get that firsthand experience, network, and definitely have, a couple steps ahead of the game in terms of navigating your professional experience.
University of Connecticut.
Like to say, UConn, one thing I'd love for you to remember is that we're all about options, whether it comes to academics, involvement on campus, just having a good time, finding something to do, whatever it is, we're all about options. We're trying to provide you with as many opportunities as possible.
Amazing. And our last question, back to Notre Dame. What is one myth you'd like to debunk on the college admissions process?
Yeah, well, I can't speak for all institutions. At least for Notre Dame, one myth I'm excited to debunk is that we are assuming you are interested regardless of which timeline you apply on. What we are rating for is strength. So please, 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 I cannot encourage you enough to apply on the timeline where you are at your strongest, whether that's restrictive early action or regular decision. So again, Notre Dame specific myth to debunk, we are assuming you are interested by the time, energy, and effort you spend on your application and pressing submit.
Pace University.
For the college admissions process, I think that a lot of students hear private university and assume that that means more expensive, but that could be a myth. A lot of private universities have need-based aid and merit scholarship. So you can apply and be considered for merit scholarship, and you could submit a FAFSA to see if you're eligible for financial aid, and that can really change what you're paying for a private university. So that is one myth I'd say, that you never really know until you get that financial aid package and decision letter what your tuition would be at a private school.
Bentley University.
Yes, echoing Jessica's point that everyone is paying the ticket price, or that price, that tuition price that you're seeing online. As Jessica mentioned, there's so much opportunity for financial aid as well as institutional aid or merit aid, especially at private universities. And so just kind of demystifying the fact that public school is always going to be your cheaper option. Certainly explore your options, talk to financial aid counselors early.
Drexel University.
Definitely echo everything that everybody has said already. I think what's important to debunk is that, and it kind of like encompasses what everybody's already said, but not every school operates the same way. Everybody's doing something very different and navigating this in a different way, which is sometimes very frustrating from the student's perspective because it's a lot to keep up with. So just ask questions. Like, we as the admissions people here representing our universities, that's our job, is to help you understand, you know, the expectations and what we need from you to make this process as smooth as possible.
And University of Connecticut.
Yeah, so I often hear students ask, you say you're test optional, does that mean you're actually test optional? And that I would love to absolutely debunk that. Test optional, yes, we are completely test optional. If it's said in there, then why would we be trying to disadvantage you in any way if you choose not to submit a test score? It doesn't make any sense. If we say we're test optional, we absolutely mean it.
Amazing. Well, that concludes our time together. I first want to thank our wonderful, fabulous presenters for your insight and for your knowledge. And I'm sure everyone appreciates it, especially this evening. And thank you all for joining us. And we hope this was an exciting presentation session for you. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 5-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. We encourage you to check back to the schedule and sign up for more sessions. And you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other session recordings at strivescan.com/Archbishop-Mitty. Thank you so much and have a great rest of the evening.